What up, everybody? Welcome to Gridiron Chronicles, where each week we'll bring you exclusive interviews, players, coaches, and unsung heroes, where everybody, shows their true spirit. My name is Josue. I'm the host. Welcome to Gridiron Chronicles, y'all. How y'all feeling today?
Good. Always ready.
I want to welcome and thank you, y'all, for joining me on this podcast. I just want to ask, how y'all feeling after that tough loss?
It's part of the game, man. You win some, you lose some, and it's how you bounce back, to be honest. It was a rough one. But we continue to live and learn from our mistakes.
Yeah,
y'all got anything?
You pretty much sum it up, man. It's just, I think one of our players said it best. That was a humbling moment.
Yeah.
That was a humbling moment. So, like Coach said, it's time for that bounce back, that reload.
You guys were the top dogs last year. Was it a lot of pressure this year to keep that status?
Ooh, can I?
Yeah, man.
Well, first off, you think about it, last year was our HD Rams. Talking about the HD Rams here, when we played them. You think about it, man, we went into the playoffs in third.
Yeah.
So we weren't the top dog. Just by name, or, just by the way we play, if you mean it that way, that we got dogs on the team, yeah, I guess we them. But that pressure, this is the second year we've come in, as champs, leaving without it. Pressure-wise, I think we did what we had to do. We won the games we were supposed to win, all the way up until that championship. But other than that, pressure was nothing. It was just about keeping what we had together.
With a bunch of guys joining the Vengeance this past year, do you guys feel like the team was in sync?
In sync? I feel so. I feel the new guys came in and filled in spots from other people that left. You know what I mean? And we didn't miss a beat. If anything, we were a very strong team. We should have came out victorious, but things happen, mistakes happen. But we definitely had a good team, man. We had a good team. There's things that we could have done better. Practices, I've always said that's one of the things. Practice, like, for real. That was probably what hurt us the most, honestly, straight up.
Yeah, practice always affects a team, especially if you have a few guys that, shows up and don't show up, how are you guys going to know the plays? Yeah. Everybody has to know those plays, and it has to be, just hammered into you guys' memory so everybody could be able to make special plays. So I have a question for the Mr. Owner over here.
Oh, man, he hit me with the A-Run, too. Call me Mr. Owner. What's happening?
How did the Vengeance become to be? Because from my understanding, you guys were the Glendale Rush.
Oh, I knew this question was going to happen, too. First off, okay, nothing against the Rush, but actually, when I first got into this semi-pro thing, I met Coach Tony. We was on one team, and just nothing against the team, but I just had some issues with what the owner was doing with the team. So, in order to get rid of that or keep that problem away, I just said, me and Danny Washington came together. It was like, man, let's put a team together. We put that team together. We already knew what not to do, so it kind of helped us out. And the Rush, first year, well, both years, we had issues. Coaching issues, staffing issues, player issues. But, we fought through it. I still have some Rush players on the Vengeance right now. But taking that next season, no wins, that hurt. So it was time for the rebrand. And, what better way to come back than with Vengeance? So.
Yep, that's right. And I took a chance on the Glendale Rush because I knew this team could be something special.
You did do that.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but I was watching you from afar, and I liked the way you ran things. Especially even if you wasn't the owner or the coach, I feel like you was that vocal leader of the team because I always see when getting everybody in line. So I'm on to the next question. So during the season, when you guys got into the fight with the Road Tide, do you guys feel like it brought the team closer as a unit, or do you feel like people started to play for themselves?
I feel like that fight hurt us as a team, for one, because they gave us a loss for it. And I think psychologically that kind of put us in a space. Because I know, for me personally, I wasn't too, mentally beat up about it, but I was upset at the fact that you gave us a loss when we won the game. and that would happen nowhere. They don't just say, well, y'all both lost. They would suspend people, obviously, fine them, do what you got to do. But the team that won. So that kind of messed us up some. And then the outcome of those suspensions hurt us as a team because we missed people and we lost people, and that didn't go both ways. So that's really what hurt us the most.
And not only that, it changed the momentum of shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. But it changed the momentum of things because now it dropped in the playoff situation. It dropped us over. It doesn't matter at the end of the day the outcome, but it changed a lot of things. And when people are watching, now you're number 2 or number 3, whatever. It changes the momentum of the thinking of people, which it shouldn't. And as a coach, my job is to push everybody to put that past them. But that kind of stuff. I mean, I feel it should have been.
I definitely,
fair.
Yes, I definitely feel it because
we won the game. There were 55 seconds left on the clock.
We went to the playoffs 9-1,
and when we'd have been the first seed too.
Yeah,
even with the loss later on.
Yeah.
So we lost a lot of people the first 3 games of the season. Do you think that affected us in the long run?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Who we lose?
So we lost Bradley, we lost Josue, and we lost, I believe, Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt us.
Those are
Rotation,
players that are athletes that can make something happen. Yeah, absolutely hurts the team, definitely.
Yeah, definitely hurt us, especially on the defensively wise. Yeah, of course it hurts.
But I'm not making no excuses. I mean, we are an elite team. We got athletes. We got an elite team, honestly, and we did what we had to do. How many losses? 1, 2?
Two
losses.
Official
loss,
one.
Including the championship.
You know what I mean?
But you was our starting running back going into the season. So you go down with a 6 game, we got to make mad adjustments. We got to play different now off that. So that definitely gave us a setback.
You guys have a war chant called War Machine. Where'd that chant come from? Because that honestly gives everybody's blood moving.
Oh man, you know where that originated from? I'm gonna give him props. Y'all remember David Vale?
Yes.
I think he was a headhunter as well. I think he was a headhunter. David Vale. He came out and did it one time, and then just totally abandoned it. And I was like, man, I kept trying to tell him you should be doing it. And then I don't know, he had personal issues or whatever, and he left the team. So I just continued it on, and it was just, man, I seen what it did the first time, and it gave me goosebumps. It had me ready to go. So I was like, I'm just gonna pass it on, and it lives till this day.
That's nice, man. It gives everybody blood pumping. I know the other team gets intimidated by it when y'all yelling out loud and facing towards them, everything like that. So, keep it up. Everybody enjoys it, even the fans.
Oh yeah.
So I have a question. So when do you guys are going to start the OTAs?
Man, I'm enjoying the time off. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Right now, I'm enjoying the time off. Because a lot goes into this. Whether you want to believe it or not. But you're a player. A lot goes into this. So I'm enjoying the time off. I still got to get with Jose. We'll discuss when. But enjoying some time off, healing the body. I mean, you a player. You winning that championship playing hurt. You know what I mean? A lot of players winning that championship playing hurt, so that also played a factor.
Being a team that wins a lot and goes to the championship a lot, there's going to be a lot of guys joining the Vengeance, and they're going to be at those OTAs. Do you guys have a high expectation for them? Because they honestly have a high expectation for the Vengeance.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I do. I need everybody, honestly, I feel like they should have the same mentality. Don't be thinking that you this and thinking that you that. Be willing to be a team player and part of the team. And be willing to do what's asked of you, regardless of what it is. A lot of people come in this football thing with egos, don't want to do this, don't want to do that, feel like they should be doing this. I mean, if you come in and you put in the work, you at the practices, you grinding, you going to get what you deserve coming to you. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing that's important is the team. Be a part of that. Do what's necessary to help that versus trying to be about yourself.
I know that's right. Yeah, everybody's gonna look for that, and eliminate the people, on the team that can cause like what they say, be a cancer to the team and everything, because everybody needs a positive attitude on the team, and not just the Vengeance. That goes for everybody that that's trying to recruit. So are there any veteran returners returning to the Vengeance?
Jay, you coming back?
Man, look.
You coming back, Jay? You coming back?
Absolutely. My goal coming into the season was to retire.
Coach on the spot.
I was coming to retire. The plan was to win another championship, get my fourth ring, and coach. But me getting hurt a few weeks before the end of the season, getting re-injured, already playing hurt in the championship, I can't go out like that. So yeah, I got to run it back one more time. Win or lose, I got to go out on my feet. I can't go out on the floor.
Yeah, as far as other veterans, I mean, hoping some other ones, come make an appearance. Let's get, let's get number 3. But that I know of, I think Aaron's coming back. Nate, T-Money, T-Money, with him coming back, he's been with us from the beginning of the Vengeance. Just gotten better and better and better and better. So, he's probably one of the best in the league. Probably the best in the league. But he's coming back. We don't, honestly, right now, we really don't know. We're still in that off season, but we're hoping, some of these returners do come back, lead these newer cats to a ring. Some of these guys don't have one. Just get them one.
We'll get back to it soon. We'll start pressing.
So, Coach, I have a question. So last year you had the quarterback, Chris Brooks, correct? So did it surprise the hell out of you that you knew that that Tommy comes out of nowhere and starts balling the hell out?
Tommy always had it in him. When we came over the first year, Tommy was your guys' quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brooks came in, eventually took over the starting position. But either way, Tommy played his role on the team. If we needed him at receiver, he went and played receiver. When we needed him at linebacker, he went and played linebacker. He played everywhere. And that right there showed a lot of character to me. I was like, no matter what, wherever I need this guy, that's where he's going to play. And when he got the opportunity, obviously Chris got hurt. When Tommy got the opportunity, with no practicing at quarterback, he was able to move down the field. Of course, like always, when you lose games, it's because of mistakes. And little mistakes happen at the end of that game that he was in, I'm referring to. But yeah, man, Tommy's the man, man. He's a soldier. That guy, you gotta think. I have a lot of time with that guy. Practice, we're always communicating. Games, me and him are talking. So I see his battles. He comes to the sideline sometimes with a ball on his wrist, on his throwing hand. I'm talking to him, and he's just different, man. So he came out and did his job. Chris was a good quarterback too. He took us to a championship as well. Yeah. So we had 2 great quarterbacks.
And speaking of, let's capitalize on that. So the Roll Tide, right? We're beating them. Was it 18-0? We're on them. Tommy played a good game that game. What went different in the championship game?
Yeah, that's different.
So when we prepped, we prepped for this game for 3 weeks. You guys know that. You know that. We prepped for this game for 3 weeks. And my message to everybody was, it's going to come down to who wants it more and the least amount of mistakes. Not to discredit the Tide, but I believe we definitely had a better team. They just wanted it more. And not only that, they executed every time. They executed. They played smart. Everybody did their job. When we had an opportunity on offense, we'd move the ball. Mistakes. False start. That's 5 yards. That hurts the team.
Drop touchdown passes.
I'm glad you said that. 0-0. Okay, so like I was saying, 0-0, and we get 2 opportunities to score. We score, that changes the momentum of the game, 100%. And you know what? everyone's gonna say, well, it's the spotlight. But I give respect to those players because at the end of that game, you know, he came over to me and he talked to me, and you know, he held himself accountable. You know, he knew. But besides the point, it doesn't define just on that one play because we had a lot of other opportunities in the game to make something happen and move the ball. It's just mistakes. We kept making mistakes. I mean, the game was just the defense. I give credit to the defense. They balled out. I mean, I think it was 0-0 to almost half.
Yeah.
And that was because of a punt. We don't punt the ball in the middle of the field. We go in the locker room 0-0.
So, you know, definitely things should have been different. I mean, and like I said, like I preach, you know, who wants it more? And the mistakes. And we made more mistakes.
I have an important question. This is mainly, you know, directed towards our owner and the coach. But are you guys out for revenge next season?
You damn right. Man, this is a humbling moment. It is a humbling moment. But man, it just adds fuel to the fire. Like, it's hard to see someone else sit on the throne. That, I mean, don't get me wrong, in sportsmanship and everything, I'm glad for the Tide. If anybody deserved it, it was them. They've been working for it. Bo, I've known him for years. Great guy. He's one of the reasons I wanted to start my own team. Bo, great guy. But man, revenge, we want that. We are the official. We tried to make history. Hit him with that dynasty ring, that 3 in a row. Couldn't hit him, but we are the first Alliance champions. No matter what, we've always held the throne first. But to see someone else sitting up there, that hurts the soul. I'm back on the recruiting. Well, you know, back to recruiting, back to practice, back to the battlefield. It's time to get ready again.
So absolutely, that does leave a bad taste in your mouth. And like Jay said earlier, can't go out like that. Ain't no way. I mean, 2 championships in a row. I'll be honest. We don't know. We didn't, like you said earlier, humbled. Because we haven't known what that feeling is like to lose in a long time. I mean, our first year we went undefeated. Ain't nobody touched us. You know?
All right, on to the next question. Do you guys feel like these all-star people, the ones that got some, like, you know, some of the votes, do you guys feel like they deserve it, most of them?
He would ask you that one. I like this. Yes, sir, please.
Most of them, I say, I go 50%. I'll be right there on the board to say 50%. I can't speak for all of them. I mean, I've been around for a while. I feel like we all at least know a lot of these people that we play against, and they know us. A lot of people I don't know, but, you know, it is what it is. I will say this, though. I am confused on about Tucson. What was it called? The Lions. I mean, I saw 12 people up there. I don't know who they are. I don't know where that came from.
the Lions?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from or how, but
There's people that made it on the All-Star.
they got 12 names on there. I'm like, who are these people? We ain't even played them.
Not once.
But I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, you know, however they do it, it is what it is. I don't think 12 people should go from every team. Maybe 1 or 2 teams if they got that many, but not every team. I mean, that's like the NFL sending 7 people from every team to the Pro Bowl. It's not realistic. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, everybody has their opinions about the all-star vote. I do get it, you know, because last year I had 17 sacks and I didn't even get mentioned
Definitely
at all.
should have been the top line last year.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know how the hell I ain't on there. Somebody was asleep. Somebody was asleep.
Get him, Jay. Get him. Go ahead and tell him.
Somebody was definitely asleep on that one.
Do you guys feel like the Tamatoa Warriors improved as the season went on?
Shoot, man, I give that team credit.
Credit.
Yeah.
Credit.
Especially in that
Playoff
game.
They came ready.
Especially in that playoff game.
Yeah, playoff game, they came. First off, even when we played them the first time, they were physical. Man, that's a physical team. Let's be real. That's a physical
Yeah, they're a
team.
good team.
Yeah, because we were supposed to, I ain't going to say we were supposed to. Let me take that back. We were planning to just obliterate this team.
We were pretty large in the first one, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah,
like 24-6.
that's why I would disagree. I think the first game we did what we had to do.
No, it was
That
24-6.
second game,
It should have been 40-6.
that second game, in the playoffs.
Oh, in the playoff? Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they played Iron Man football
Yeah.
the whole
Man.
damn game.
And they were leading that game.
And it was hot.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
winning that game,
So
man.
much respect to
Hell yeah.
Toe, man.
Hell yeah, they
Much respect.
definitely gotten better. I know, Fire, the owner, Coach Rick over there. That dude is an offensive genius, football genius. Carl, he all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't get too much problem. He all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'll play that up to Carl. Remember what we did to them gladiators. Anyway, I mean, other than that, the time of Toa, yeah, they gonna be a team next year. They gonna be a team to reckon with, guaranteed. They gonna be real physical, real physical.
Now on to the Crusaders. Did it piss you guys off that they I asked the Roll Tide this, and they had stuff to say about the Crusaders, positive and negative things, but did it piss you guys off that they forfeited against us?
Hell yeah, that shit hurt us, bro.
You feel like it's a waste of a game?
It was a waste of a game. It was a waste of a drive for one, because that game was all the way in East Mesa, and don't nobody live over that way. So, but I mean, just going late into the season, everybody getting to play full games, and we getting a half game, like you taking shit from us. Then the season got cut short, and then we got to get thrown right into two battles like that. I'm not trying to make no excuses, so that's why we lost or nothing, but it definitely don't help. If everybody else getting full games and I was getting cut short. That's not like what's up with that? And they got a whole team over there. Ain't like it was 10, 11, 12 people. They had a full sideline, so I don't understand the reason for why 2 games got cut short.
You being a headhunter in the past before, do you feel like this is a way different team than what we played before?
From the Crew or?
The Crusaders.
Oh yeah, they was better back then. They by far.
Yeah, I agree too.
Did you know that 70% of the roster is the same people that played in that championship game against us?
Well, the other 30% must have played too much because it didn't seem like. I mean, I used to have battles with them. Like I know they had Zach playing D-line when I was over with the Headhunters, but they had a lot of the same faces. Like I know a lot of guys over there, but it definitely wasn't the same. Like those games used to be competitive.
Going back to the AZFL standpoint, how will the Vengeance do in that league?
Undefeated.
Undefeated? Do you feel like this is the best team you've ever played on?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I honestly, through everybody that I talked to that's on the Vengeance, they've been on some tough teams. They feel like,
That 2018 team we had comes close. It's the closest.
the
When
closest.
we went undefeated with the Headhunters, that team was nice. I mean, all of us was on that.
Yeah.
That team was talented too, but I think this one was probably like just a little bit better than that.
A little bit better. So I would say, coach wise, who would you choose
For coaches,
for coaches?
well, I play offense. Do we even have an offensive coach on the Headhunters? No, so yeah, like I don't know what we.
26.
I think we was winning off pure talent. In fact, we was just better. We had defensive coaches. We had no offense. I don't know who was calling plays when I think about it.
Hernandez.
Was it?
I think it was Hernandez.
Okay.
Yeah,
He not bad. He a good quarterbacks coach, but I don't know about the whole offense. He can coach quarterback.
Did you guys see how well the Venom did in the CFL? How people write, any Alliance League or DFL teams off, as trash or poverty league? I wonder how everybody felt when they went over there and made it to the championship their first
Yeah,
year.
because I heard they were saying that the Venom was going to be like the new Hawks. And then they go over there and they go to your championship. At the end of the day, every year, every team ain't really the same. Because some guys you might lose a couple, you might gain some. At the end of the day, these dudes need to just take their ass to work during the week, take care of their family, and go play football and leave it at that. Stop talking. None of y'all play on Sunday. None of us is getting a check. Nobody playing in the USFL. Nobody's in the XFL. Nobody in Canada. Which tells me that none of us is that fucking nice. So stop talking like y'all light years ahead of everybody. You probably just, y'all know each other for a while. Y'all stack your team with 80 people, and you think you better than everybody. It's football, dog. We all put our socks and shoes on the same damn way.
And that's right. And how come the Alliance League is the only league playing against other out-of-state teams?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I don't know what's up with them other dudes. They want to smoke with us, but you ain't playing Colorado or you ain't playing the HD round.
Yo, yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna give respect to the highest point of the Alliance the owners, co-owners, Renee, Nigel, Renee started that. You know what I mean? She got us in touch with everything out of state. The league promised us that, and they delivered. Once they gave us the connection, it was just our job to keep it moving forward. And those out-of-state teams, and this is what another plus with that, even playing those out-of-state teams. It puts us on the board for that national. You know, the next thing, we ain't playing an out-of-state team, and dang, this is gonna sound completely wrong with the Tigers record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not playing that out-of-state team that's 0-10. We playing the other league's champions from out-of-state. So it's a great look for them. It's a great look for us.
And then look, even the Venom out the league now, right? And they still doing it. They playing the Utah Senate this weekend.
Yeah.
So they keeping the same standard going.
Going.
What the rest of y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
When y'all gonna play somebody from Texas or Utah or Colorado or California, especially in travel? Arizona it sound nice, but let me see you take on some of these better teams that's out here in the country.
Oh yeah.
And that's very understandable. We're going to come back to the Tigers right now. So the Tigers got new ownership, Keyshawn Johnson.
That's my dog.
The team is definitely going to change. I'm going to tell you this now. They're not going to be the same Tigers as last year. Everybody knows Keyshawn Johnson. He's going to bring players. He's going to bring staff. They're not going to be the last team in the league next year. How are you guys going to prepare for them?
That's the coach's question.
I mean, the same way we prepare for everybody else. They not gonna be. They might not be last in the league, but as long as they ain't in front of the Avengers, I'm straight.
That's right. I mean, take them on. I think coach would say like, gonna practice like they any other team in the league.
That's right. I mean, we prepared to win championships. So.
That's it. Then they get them on what they got going on. We'll see.
And this goes for all y'all. We could just go one by one. I just want you guys to all just have an input on this. Do you guys have a message to send to these leagues, to the teams in these leagues?
Ooh.
Any team at all.
Oh, y'all definitely want me. Y'all want me to start this one? Let's go. Ty, we want the throne back. I'm gonna call them out. I'm gonna say it right now. Yeah, we built a hell of a rivalry, and they were on the podcast last week. They was on the Chronicles last week. No direct shots or anything like that, and I love it. But I did like what they said. They gave us the props for beating them both times. That year we beat them, they beat us. We came back, beat them in the playoffs. Then this year, like, we gonna give y'all respect too. But just know, the Tide, it's official, man. We are. I love the organization, love every player over there. But you are our rival. Quit that. I can't wait to see y'all on the field next year again. Everybody else in the league.
Yeah,
Dang, that sounded wrong, but you know what I mean?
The jerseys speak for itself.
Yeah, everybody else.
They know who we are, so it's always one of them games with them people.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much where he was with the Tide. I mean, I love Bo. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We talk. It ain't nothing. This is gonna be some good games.
That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like the Avengers, they're gonna, they're not gonna play around next year. So I feel like every team should be well prepared to be able to play against the Avengers because we now have a chip on our shoulders.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like with us winning two championships, I feel like everybody lost that edge, that competitive edge, because everybody thought it was just too easy. Do y'all feel like it's the same thing? Like, do you guys have any input on that?
I agree. Yeah. I mean, we got humbled.
Yeah. Got full, man. Took that hunger.
When you're doing something and you're just winning, sometimes it gets to people's head. I wouldn't say everybody, but there's a lot of guys that fought, that really cared, that really gave it everything. And there's, I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but there's guys that didn't care. That's 100% real. Because I could say, we did everything we could. As a coach, I did everything I can to prepare for the big game. And I mean, your players, do you feel the same way? Let's add another question. I mean, we did everything we can to prepare.
I was at every practice,
You know?
every meeting, every film session,
Film.
trying to do the best I can for my body. And I was hurt at the same time. So I'm doing treatment. I'm trying to get that right. I was trying to get that the best way it could for me to even stand on it so I can play. So I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes shit happens. You go to enough championships, you're gonna lose some of them.
Yeah.
I got a question. So, Sergio, how does it feel to play for Coach Tony? He's going to have you at offensive tackle. He's gonna be a running back, fullback, maybe even quarterback. You know, you never know. You never know with this guy.
Oh man, yeah, man, I love Tony ever since he came in because I knew he always been competitive, man, and so I always respected him on that. So anywhere he needed me to play to help the team out, that's what I do. No matter if it's on the line, playing tackle or center, on the D line or playing safety, hey, put me out there, coach. And that's it, man. You know.
That is one thing, man. Much respect to you and all the other players too. I mean, you're not an offensive line, and you were willing to do whatever it took to try to win a game and come in and help us at the offensive tackle. And that's what I ask the players, you know. I know there's some players that want to play different positions. Hey, this is where we need you, you know. And sometimes you got to sacrifice and do what you got to do, you know, to help the team win. I appreciate you.
I feel like the Vengeance was so hungry last year for that too, Pete, because we're damn near fighting at practice, throwing hands. Every practice coach have to stop the practice and be like, hey, calm down. You know, I'm going to need you guys to, you know, chill out. We didn't have that this year. Do you feel like that made a big difference, that people weren't just as hungry at practice and willing to take a spot?
Definitely.
Last year was hungry. This year was expected. That was the
Yeah,
problem.
I mean, we had a couple people, we had a couple people show up that were new and showed out. And let's be honest, there were some returners that those dudes took those dudes' spots. Yeah, they're supposed to be mad, they're supposed to be angry, but those newer players that came in, they was ready for action. They had the hunger. They wanted to get it. And I mean, like you said, I do agree. Last season, the 2022 season, definitely much more hungry. Definitely. I mean, we coming into a brand new league. We want to be their first champions, right? I mean, no matter what, that's history. You know, so I mean, what more can other guys do? They want to be. They have to be hungry. So this is a killer sport. Kill or be killed. Period. Point blank. All the time. Yeah. And if you on the field, you plan to be killed, or, you know, or you either going to get killed or do the killing. Period.
We was on top of it last year.
Yeah, last year we was ready to kill.
We wanted it more, not this year. This year, I mean, you said it best. It's kind of like we expected. You know? And ain't nobody gonna hand you anything in life.
Yeah, we
You
just
gotta
figured
work
we
for
was
it.
going to win this year.
Tide worked for it. They wanted it. And it showed. And they deserved it.
Oh yeah.
They deserve 100 respect. They deserved it.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Bo. I hope you didn't choose that black ring, Bo. I'm telling you, it's going to mess up over the years. I hope you went with the silver.
Wow, was I the only one? No, I know Jason did it, right? Oh yeah,
Come on, you know I'm gonna wear my
definitely.
jersey.
It's all right, yo. We gonna let y'all get.
I got my third one at home. I got 3 of these. Don't let the just 2 fool you. I got 3 of these.
Yeah, we gonna let y'all get one.
So-
Back to back for them ain't gonna be easy. I tell everybody this, and I'm gonna tell them this all the time. We in the Alliance, dang, it's gonna sound like I haven't been humble, but straight up, all roads to the championship lead through the Vengeance. Period. That's it. I mean, we've proven it the last 2 years? 2 years? 3 years. 3 years. We've proven it the last 3 years, like Coach said. Undefeated season, champion. And I'll be honest, that first year, that undefeated season, I felt like there was the competition was heavier there. We had we had the Venom in that league. We had the Bears. You know what I mean?
That was a memorable season.
Yeah.
Man. Hands down, that was a special season.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The Soul Patrol.
There are some fights.
Yes, and think about it, man. There were some games in that year where we only won 16, 14. You know,
Venom, we were gonna lose that.
We
game.
had
1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah.
We marched down the field.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like Coach said, that's special. It means something, man. But then to do it again the next year, and that last year, that 2022, it's like Coach said, we took some L's there. We lost to the Tide. Came back, beat them in the playoffs. I think we lost to HD Rams.
Out of state game.
We
had to go out of town.
Yeah, we had to visit.
And play on their turf.
We had a hard schedule.
Yeah. No chain gang, nothing. No chains at
no
all.
sideline.
No sidelines.
Yeah.
No.
The fans telling you
scoreboard.
who in and who out.
Referees trying to fight us. I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean,
And that was another game. We lost, I believe it was 14-18. And
yeah.
They took back a touchdown. Trey scored
Mm-hmm.
in that end zone, and they didn't count it. Why? Because we're on the trip. We had.
Yeah, said he stuck
I
out.
don't even want to
Said
get
he
back.
stuck out
Yeah,
another
but
10.
to fight for that, like, come on, man, we killers.
But a lot of teams don't get to do what we did.
done
And,
exactly.
and you know what? I gotta get humbled, but, which I did. It just means we gotta come back next year different, and that's my job as a coach. It's just gonna be different. We're gonna go back to that first vengeance season where everybody buy into the program. If you're gonna be part of this team, you have to commit. You gotta commit yourself. You know, you gotta sacrifice. You want that, you gotta sacrifice.
Have to.
It's gonna be different, for sure.
So before we wrap it up, I have some more questions to ask you guys. So the Gridiron Chronicles, do you guys feel like it's sending a message to everybody, not just for the teams in the Alliance League? Because I'm going to reach out to these CFL teams. You know, I have some lined up already. I want to get to them, and the SFAL with Jay Russell, and they already agreed to some podcasts with me and interviews. Do you guys feel like this can send a positive message to everybody to get their, like, you know, get whatever they have, you know, on their chest out?
I like what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I'm with this.
This is good. Not only that, you're building a lot of competition. You know what I mean? You start interviewing everybody. Everybody's going to say their portion of the story. Hey, it's going to build some good games.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
Good
Yeah.
I definitely like the platform because I feel like a lot of more people gonna have, you know, a chance to say something,
Yeah.
get what they want to say out, and a lot more people gonna listen. You know, and it's gonna make a lot more people want to play football, and you know, I think it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good thing. Shit, you always been, kind of that guy on the team too. You talk, you let it be known.
Yes, I can't have you retire.
I
I can't have you retire.
you
Straight
talk,
up.
you need to get down, man. We gotta, now behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? Or hopefully soon to get in front of the camera, but man, you're still doing the same thing. You bringing that edge. When something happened on the field, you questioning it now, man. I love this thing, man. You got it going on right here. This is what's next.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you guys coming out, man. I want to thank y'all for showing up. This is the West Valley Vengeance, y'all. You know, stay tuned. They're going to be out here soon, all right?
We'll be back.